George Kilpatrick Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. We are so pleased to be joined by ArDenay Garner with the Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. She'll tell me the chapter and all of that. But they've got a great event coming up on May 31st. They want to make a splash. And here to tell us about all of that is ArDenay Garner once again. And here's why this matters, right? Nearly 64% of it's a swimming event, I should say. Make a Splash is a swimming event sponsored by the sorority. Here's why this is important. Drowning is a leading cause of accidental death for African American youth. Nearly 64% of Black children have little or no swimming ability, and African American children ages 10 to 14 are 7.6 times more likely to drown in swimming pools than white children. ArDenay, this is an important topic, and I know that this is your second year doing this. Tell me all about it.
Well, GK, first, thank you for having me on your show, The Inspiration for the Nation with GK. I so appreciate you and making the time for us to discuss this very important national program of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. So my chapter, Theta Omicron Sigma, here in Syracuse, is hosting our National Swim 1922 program, and it's a water safety clinic. And so the clinic is designed to promote water safety, provide education around how to be safe near water. But this year we're doing something really unique. It's a 2-day program. It's a 2-day event. So we're bringing in Olympian swimmer Maritza McClendon, who is also a SOAR. I don't know if that's allowed, but she's also a SOAR, and she will be coming in on Friday, May 30th, and she will be speaking at one of the schools in the Syracuse City School District. So we're going to have that pre-event on Friday, and then on Saturday, we have partnered with the downtown YMCA of Central New York region for our second annual Swim 1922 water safety clinic, and it's for ages 5 through 18 for children, and then we're also allocating about 20 spots for adults. And so the whole premise is it's a activity where it's from 10 to 5. You can come and drop your children off, or you can stay. We're going to have some community vendors there that'll be having information around mental health and activities for children. We'll have some overviews for CPR. All of the things that complement water safety will be having tabling happening on that Saturday at the YMCA downtown. This is an absolute free event. We will feed the children.
I love it. And so you don't have to be a member of the Y, nor because this is, I mean, obviously the Y would love for you to take swimming lessons. And by the way, all of my children have had swimming lessons, and so they can all swim. And that was an important marker for us. But so this is free, so you don't have to be a member of the Y to participate in the program.
You do not have to be a member of the Y to participate in the program. It is free. It is primarily for youth, but we do have 20 slots allocated for adults. And it's not just in the pool. So last year there was some confusion around, okay, so once they do the 40-minute activity in the pool, it's over. No, we have a full day of activity. So when they're not in the pool, we have arts and craft, we have dance instruction, we have the dry component where we're sharing the statistics like GK shared around water safety and the history of why this program has even started. We'll have some gym time. So it's a full day program with the water safety component in the water.
Did you want to say something about the historical context of why this is important?
Well, it's important because if you all are aware, there was a time where Black and brown people didn't have the opportunity to swim, or they weren't in neighborhoods where you could actually be in the swimming pools. And so the purpose of this is really to help those marginalized people, the Black and brown people, to learn water safety, because we want to prevent drowning. And so there are a variety of reasons, and I'll even make it personal. Like when I was going to school and they were teaching swimming, I didn't get in the pool because what? I said I was allergic to chlorine and I was worried about my hair. Well, in 2025, we know that swimming is a life skill. Like if when you learn how to swim or you learn water safety, you can prevent yourself from drowning. And also what we're teaching at this clinic, if you are around someone who falls in the water, we will show you what to do to help increase their chances of survival. So learning how to swim back in the day, one, we didn't have the opportunity. Two, when some of us had the opportunities in the schools, we didn't take advantage of it because I don't think we realized how important it was. But now we recognize that it is absolutely a life skill. It's a life skill and it's essential.
Yeah, in fact, and it's interesting because also some stereotypes, right? This myth that Black people don't swim, and of course, people like Cullen Jones and Simone Manuel. Cullen Jones actually won an Olympic gold medal and is an advocate for water safety. And folks like Simone Manuel, the first African American woman to win an individual Olympic gold in swimming. And so we're changing the perception. But you're right, still, a lot of us, like you said, hair. Let's not get it twisted. Hair is an issue. Having caps that, we like to wear the protective styles like braids, having swimming caps. They've now invented some of those that will also help to cover the braids if you have braids, for example. So there's been a lot done to help with some of those external issues and factors that have prevented folks from getting from getting in the water for a variety of reasons.
Absolutely. And we are also aware of those external factors. And so we will be providing swimwear or swim trunks for those who may not have it. On our registration form, there's a box that says, do you need swimwear? If so, what size?
Mm-hmm.
We will remove the barrier. If you don't have a swimsuit, we'll provide that. We're providing swim caps and we're providing swim goggles. And so we're providing all the essential things you need to get in the pool to remove, okay, I don't have a swimsuit or my hair. We are eliminating all of that. So as a part of this program, you'll get a swag bag and it'll have your goggles, it'll have your swim cap. And if you need a swimsuit, we will make sure that you have it. Between the Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated and the YMCA, no child will be without swimwear.
Do y'all have the right swim caps yet, or y'all still working on that?
We still working on that, GK. This is our second year, and so hopefully in year 3 we can get those right swim caps, because some of those are hard to find.
Right.
To purchase in bulk, but we do have some swim caps, so your edges might get wet a little bit, just a little bit, but the majority of your hair will be dry.
And it's funny because even on a national level, the only HBCU, historically Black college with a competitive swim team is Howard, right? And so, and this, what was the movie? I forgot there's a movie about swimming.
Pride.
What's it? You know what it's called? I can't remember.
It's called Pride.
Pride. Oh,
yep.
Yeah. This is about Africa. Now I got to look it up. I think that'll be a great movie to kind of look at and see. But this idea of being able to be safe in the water, like learning how to swim, certainly, but also water safety, more importantly. If you fall into water and you're still not sharp on your swimming lessons, that how to keep yourself safe in the meantime, so that you could prevent something terrible from not happening. Now, have you seen these videos, ArDenay, on TikTok or whatever it is, where, and I don't know how real it is, but where they're actually throwing their babies in the water? Have you seen this?
I have seen those videos. Honestly, some of them do look real, because there is the saying that if an infant is in water, they automatically know what to do. They know how to hold I can't say hold their breath, but they know how to float because it's instinct.
Right. And that's what and I say, I don't know if it's real. I'm just questioning, there's always a question. But the fact of the matter is, I was stunned. I could never do it. But they walk up to the pool and just throw their baby in the water. I mean, not throw, but put the baby in the water and then let the baby figure it out. And To me, that's traumatizing, but okay.
That's borderline. I mean, I'm also a social worker, so that's a borderline a lot of things. And I hope that what we're not seeing in the video is somebody in that water that's there to protect the baby if something goes awry. But I have seen those TikTok videos. I would not encourage anybody to do that.
Well, well,
it's the way to learn how to swim.
All right, so Sigma Gamma Rose having a swim event, water safety event, two days. May 30th will be in the school district. Do you know what school she'll be speaking at?
So we have identified a school, but GK, we don't have the clearance to actually publicize it at this time. Mm-hmm. So that has to remain on pause until we actually have confirmed with the school district's communication department that we can publicly disclose the school.
And it's not open to the public anyway, so that
it's not. It's really for the students.
So, but what is open to the public is a water safety event on May 31st from what, 10 to 5?
From 10 to 5, May 31st from 10 to 5, we'll be providing lunch, and we'll also, so those of you who are like, you know what, I have an interest in swimming, we're going to have a presentation from the swim instructors to learn what it takes to become a lifeguard. So if you ever thought about being a lifeguard or there's an interest, we have a workshop, and they'll be telling the community what it takes to become a lifeguard. And also, GK, I want to say that for me, this Swim 1922 program is bigger than a one-day event. As the chair of the Swim 1922 committee for 2024 through 2026, my goal is also to eventually start a swim competitive team. So I'm looking beyond the one-day event, and we want to garner interest, which we will do at this swim clinic. Who's interested in learning how to swim? Who wants to be interested? Who wants to become a competitive swimmer? And we'll take that information and work with the YMCA, work with our chapter to actually develop a competitive swim team. Now, we may be starting from the grassroots where people are first learning water safety, then they're learning to become comfortable in the water, then they're learning how to swim, and then they'll learn how to do competitive swim. But this, for us, for me as the chair, is bigger than a one-day event. It's like my personal goal is to help 100 people within the Central New York community in the next 3 to 5 years become proficient swimmers. So it's bigger than a day.
Yeah, and so let's think about that. There's opportunities for lifeguards. My nephew, by the way, is a lifeguard, and my daughter actually competed on the dive team when she was in middle school. So, or was it? Yeah, was it middle school? Yeah, it was middle school. And so middle school, high school, one of the two. So yeah, my girls was in the water. But here's the thing. They also had Black instructor. They had a Black instructor. Wow, right? So this notion of not only am I learning how to swim, but I also have someone who had a cap on with the right hair, with the hair stuff, all of that, right? So, I mean, not all of the instructors were, but one of them at least was. And I remember running into her not long ago. She says, I actually taught some of your kids to swim. So, but yeah, we have 4 children, and all of them were able to swim, learn to swim.
That's awesome. And I know there are some adults, many adults actually, that want to learn how to swim. I mean, GK, when I first joined the sorority back in 2023, I was so motivated about this national swim program. I wanted to learn how to surf. Like, there's so many activities we can do when we learn how to swim. There are professional Black surfing teams that travel. They have communities. Like, there's a organization in New York City. I can't remember the name of the founder, but her mission is to teach Black and brown people how to swim. Like, that's her whole mission.
You know, in this community, we are so resource rich, right? Absolutely. I mean, we have pools, we have neighborhood pools. Is Southwest Pool still open?
It is.
Right. So my wife was asking me about that the other day, because they have the heated pool, or had the heated pool. I don't know if they still do, but the fact that we have Southwest Pool, we got pools that are open all over the Nottingham pool, which is Olympic-sized pool, and so we have resources within our community, within our neighborhood. So really, there isn't any excuse. However, whatever the barriers that you had in your head, families, let's get our kids water safe. And if you're not water safe, let's get you water safe, because there's nothing worse than not being able to be safe should there be a water event. And so that's really important. And of course, being safe also means not taking risks and doing high risk things that could impact your health and safety. But by and large, we're talking about being safe in the water. So let's give the dates. Let's give the date. The public is invited May 31st, 10 to 5 at the Downtown YMCA, which is located 340 Montgomery Street in Syracuse. Now, I'm wondering, because the Y is so compartmentalized, where's everything going to be?
So we have the entire YMCA. So
really?
on that day, yes, sir.
Wow.
The YMCA is a true partner.
Okay.
And they are a partner in the capacity where our only event will be happening at that YMCA. So we're going to be in the gym, we're going to be in the pool, we're going to be in some of the smaller conference rooms, because we have it for the entire day. There are other members. So I am the aquatics director. Jen Brown is coordinating this event again this year, and she's already pulled the resources from all the other YMCAs in Central New York to come and help and support this event. So they're going above and beyond.
How many kids can you have for this event?
So we're planning for 150 participants, 130 youth, and we've allocated 20 spots for adults. But if we get all youth, it's okay. It's 150 participants.
All right. So they got to register. How do they do that?
So they want to register. So is it possible for me to share the link here underneath?
Yeah, you just send me the link. We'll have it there. When people see or hear this, they will have it available to them. So there's a link to register.
There's a link to register. There's a flyer. All of the registration information has been sent to all of the guidance counselors at the Syracuse City School District and some of the Liverpool schools. So youth or families can check with your guidance counselor. They all have the information to register youth. We've been promoting on social media, on Facebook. If anybody's looking specifically for a link, you can email me at ArDenay@ArDenayGarner.com. I can send you the registration information. GK will have the registration information and link. We've also shared the passed out flyers at some of the community organizations like the Dunbar Center, Boys and Girls Club, the other organizations. So the flyer is everywhere. Again, check with your local guidance counselor in the Syracuse City School District. They should have the information as well.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you reached out to get this out. Again, studies show that nearly 64% of African-American children have low or no swimming ability compared to 40% of white children, and Black children aged 10 to 14 are 7.6, nearly eight times more likely to drown in swimming pools than their white peers. So I'm really glad you reached out, because that's a statistic that we can make a dent in with the Sigma Gamma Rho water safety event happening May 31st. That's a Saturday, the Downtown Y, 340 Montgomery Street in Syracuse. And you can email ArDenay. Let's spell it out: ArDenay at ArDenay
Garner, GARNER.com.
Right. There you go. ArDenay at ArDenay.com.
ArDenay at ArDenayGarner.
ArDenayGarner.com. ArDenay at ArDenayGarner.com. And you can also, we'll have all that in our, wherever you get this, we'll have it there. And if you're on the radio, just bring your kids. And if you somehow missed the registration, I'm sure they'll figure that out. So
yeah, you have until May 26th to register. Registration closed 26th.
If you got a kid and they're looking for children 5 to 18, right?
Yep, 5 to 18.
5 to 18. So let's get those kids registered. Let's begin the path toward a safety. This is your first opportunity. And then look, work with the Y and get those lessons. That's where our kids got our lessons. We got them right at the Y, at the East area Y, as it turns out, when they, no, we did other pools too. But anyway, because look, summer's coming. We got the pools will be opening up around 4th of July or Memorial Day, whenever it is. And so, and we need lifeguards. And one of the reasons why the pools can't open is because they don't have enough lifeguards. So the more lifeguards we get trained, the more we can have pools open, because we want you and your kids to be safe. Sigma Gamma Rho, thank you for putting this together, a critical program for our community. Again, May 31st, 10 to 5 at the Downtown Y. ArDenay at ArDenayGarner.com for more information. ArDenay!
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, GK. I appreciate it.
Inspiration for the nation.